Okay, today we're going to talk about trying to make a registry key to open programs. And what this is going to do is basically, if you want a program to start on a computer start, meaning, like when you turn the computer off and then turn it back on, you'll be able to have a program start. Now, of course, for me to film this, as you could tell, I'm doing it in a virtual machine again, because, if I did it on my own computer, well, if I shut this off, we would lose video, and I don't want to have that. You guys would not learn anything then. So, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for this, basically what we first want to do is find out what are we trying to start, what program. Easy way to do that, kind of like with Yahoo Messenger, even though I hate it. They have these targets, an executable target, and we'll go ahead and read the whole thing. Basically, this gives off the destination, folder, subfolder, and then the executable file. And sometimes you need to have this whole target put in there, but sometimes you just might need to use the executable. But today we're going to go ahead and try this with Internet Explorer. This has a very easy target, and if I can't get it through this, I already know the target, which is IE Explorer. So we're going to go open up our notepad, type start IE Explorer.exe. Now another way to find executables, and it's sometimes a little bit more simpler, like if you have a program that is running, and like I'm going to start Google, then I'm going to open up my task manager, and you can see the process here, task, and then if you go to the process, that's the executable. And this is all the executables that you have currently running on your computer. And this I will talk about later in the video, because there is a specific order which some of these actually have to start in, otherwise Windows will not start properly. But let's go ahead and try out our program. Right now we're making this into a batch file. Save as, and we're going to name this tour.exe. Not exe, we need this to be a batch file, so this needs to be bat. Now when you name these, don't feel like you have to name these tour or anything like that. This doesn't need to be exact, but the end of it right here needs to be exact. This needs to be a batch file. And of course there's other ones you can create too, kind of like a directory and stuff like that, but today we're just trying to make a batch file for this. Okay, as you can see, we just created a batch file, and this is ms.batch file. We're going to go ahead and open it, and as you can see, this opens up our internet, and you can do this with any program. It's very easy. And now we're going to make a registry key for this. So this, we're going to type in reg edit, and this is the registry. Now I can't really begin to stress how careful you really need to be when you're doing this, but I've done it for a while, so I know a little bit of what I'm doing. I've edited the registry before on other virtual machines and my actual Windows operating system, and I can't begin to stress how careful you have to be, because in here you can actually edit the speed of which programs open, and if you're not careful, you mess up the speed, like the computer's start speed. I've edited that before, and I've had it where the Windows would not even run. So okay, I had to edit this course. This was kind of hard to find. I have not been in the registry for a while, but as you start off, you can see local machine, and you go down, open up Windows, current version, and you'll find a folder that says Run. As you can see already, there's some programs in here that are already placed. Now these were naturally put in here by a install. Some programs naturally create their own registry keys, and these are just kind of like start keys. These just start programs, and that's it. There's like I said, there's other registry keys that edit the speed and stuff like that. So what we need to do is create a new key. Okay, now we're gonna believe with this, what we're gonna do is put in tor dot bat. Okay, now that we have this, as you can tell, I named it this. I can name it anything that I want. I mean, when you make these, not to give anybody a negative influence or anything like that, but you could literally name this key. You could clone anything else or make it look like another process. But then for the value that's the value of it, you could literally change. I mean, the data has to be what you're gonna have this be. So actually, I really need to go back and edit this, because I believe I need to have this. I need to have all this, because this gives off our whole destination of this folder and file that I'm going to start. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to modify this again and enter it. And each time you're separating, because this is kind of like there's C, that's the hard drive. Documents and settings, that's a folder, and you can tell it has these slashes, which are kind of like separating these as folder destinations. So we have documents and settings, that's a folder. Administrator, that's another folder. Desktop, that's the other folder. And then you separate that between the this, and then that should do it. And if it doesn't, what I do is I'm probably going to take out this start, but we're going to go ahead and try this and see what it does. And as you can see now, our data for this looks very similar to everything else, and they didn't have start in there, as you notice. So I'm probably going to modify this just one more time. I pay very close attention to that. Okay, now it's saved, because we can look at the data, and if I can get it to come up, yeah, it's saved. Okay, now we can go ahead and close this out. Now I'm going to go ahead and restart the computer, and we're going to see what it does. And we have, let's see if it does it. There we go. Now, me teaching you this is one, you realize you can now make registry keys, but it's basically for educational purposes. Always any of my videos, but this is kind of like handing you a light switch and telling you can plug anything into it. So like, if you wanted any of these programs to work, now you can connect them to that switch and have power go on when the computer starts. Except we're just doing this with a computer, not a but you could literally create your own programs. You could literally do anything with this, and the reason why I'm not gonna say anything is because that creativity should be up to anybody that is going to run anything customly on their computer, and I don't encourage anybody to use this in a illegal way, even though it is possible. But if you think about it a little bit more, you'll probably see exactly what I'm talking about, because it's easy, and even this, a lot of people will take this and let's see, they will create a new icon, which they can take this and create a Internet Explorer icon and then mask this into that, which that's another thing I've not done in a while, but but this, is kind of like how you create a new shortcut. Now this is kind of like, if you were going to just mask the program and create a you were going to mask like any of these programs to make it look like it's that program, or actually have it be that program, and I'm going to show you kind of how to do this. And then, once again, this is something, it could be used for illegal purposes, or it could just be used to conveniently help you open up programs without having to search and click 5 different icons to get one thing accomplished, if you're a multitasker. And the name for this shortcut, as you can tell, it's named Opera Mini. So what we're going to do is change the icon. What I could do is, here's a whole list of icons, but none of these we want to use, say, so we're going to go into Opera, and let's see. And we're going to use the Opera icon. Now we're going to use a different one, just so I can kind of, nobody gets confused, but so now it looks like Opera Mini. We click on that, and it opens up Internet Explorer, not Opera Mini. Now we're going to get a little bit more creative. Take this, edit this file, and we're going to go ahead and start something else. Okay, what are we going to try? Maybe we could start Chrome at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and find its executable, which is this. And I'll go ahead and put that in there. Don't believe I want all this though. It's a little bit too much. Now if this doesn't work, sometimes trying to find the executables on this can be hard. You may need to have the whole destination, or it may have to be in parentheses, but we're going to go ahead and try this out, see if it works. There we go. Started Google, Chrome, and Internet Explorer at the same time. As you can tell, they're both open. Now, once again, don't use it for illegal purposes, but do it, use this the way you want to. But this just kind of shows you how our registry key will work, and how you can make an icon and create it to run other programs. So it's just kind of like, start, to be able to customize your computer the way you want. Thank you for watching. This is Takeafied.